Good morning everybody, and welcome to another video for A Roman Racing. And in today's video we are going to be working on the 2019 WRX. We are going to be switching the suspension from stock to my Fortunatos 510s. I'm going to be changing the brake pads. I'm going to do an oil change and doing brake fluid flush. I actually took the car to the track at least like last weekend, and it was horrible. WRX is completely stock, and I'm not used to stock suspension, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So one really bad thing that I don't have is garage space, because the M4 is taking space here, the GTR is over here, and I actually need to, I need space to do all the work on the WRX. So I'm actually taking all my stuff, going to a friend's house, and my friend is going to lend me his garage space to work on the car. So kudos on that. So let's get the car packed up and let's go over there. All right, so I made it to my friend's garage here, Andre, back there. How's it going? He actually has a really sweet RSX out there. Has 709 horsepower, right? Or to the wheels? Yep. To the wheels. 709 to the wheels, right over there, RSX. Hood dump from the hood right there. Pretty sweet. I'm still waiting for him to give me a ride on it so I can see flames shooting out of the hood, but it's hoodless right now. But I'm already here, so things we're going to be doing is just getting the car up in the air, really getting all the wheels off, and start working on the suspension, the coilovers. There's one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to time myself, because I've done suspension with Subaru so many times. I'm going to time myself to see how fast I can switch one full side. So suspension off and then coilovers on, and see how fast I can do it. I'm shooting for 15 minutes, so let's see if that is going to be even possible. All right, so I do have all my tools ready. The wheels are already off ready, so this is the way we're going to do our little timing thing. I'm shooting for under 15 minutes. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to make sure that I have the coil right next to me, so I'm going to do that before I start the timer. But this is the way I'm going to have it all here. Pretty much have all the tools ready, so this is the way we're gonna do it. So, and we got Andre to make sure he's my my timer guy. He's gonna tell me what my time is, and I'm gonna go as quickly as possible and get it all done. So pretty cool. All right, so I got everything ready, and we are going to start the time right now. Alright, so I actually was able to get all this side is already done. The only problem was I went a little slower, because with coilovers you actually would want to take off the other side also. At least you want to take off the strut on the other side, because the problem is that the coilovers are a lot shorter than the actual stock suspension. And once you actually put the other side on, this side is going to be raised, and because the strut is actually longer than the coilover, when you take it off from the bolt, you might damage your boot, which I know a lot of people have done. and then it's going to be a pain in the ass to actually take off because everything is a lot shorter and it's creating a lot of you know, stress on it. So with that, I would like to say that with putting this whole suspension completely, I'm sweating my butt off. I actually was able to finish this in, oops, nope, don't look at my thing. All right. Oops, what have I done? Hold on. All right, so I was actually able to finish it in 13 minutes 57 seconds, so pretty much 14 minutes, and that is doing one full coilover and a half. So that's not too bad. I'm sweating because I'm just going extremely fast, but as long as you have all the tools, you should be good to go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish up everything else and call it a day. Well, not call it a day, I still gotta do oil change, brake pads, brake fluid, all that stuff, and then we'd be completely done. Okay, so all the coilovers are installed. I still might have to do adjustment just in the front, but I have to actually put all the wheels on and lower the car to see if I need to go lower, a little bit lower, because I know I raised it up just a little bit higher for the STI. Brake pads are on, and now I am going to be doing the brake fluids, and I would just want to show you this little contraption, this little tool that I think everybody should have it because it'll make your job a lot easier when you're bleeding brakes. So this is the Motiv power bleeder. Pretty much, instead of you using like a second person to hit the brake pedal, pump the brake pedal for you while you bleed every single side, you use this little contraption right here to pretty much pump all the fluid into the master cylinder, and then pretty much you pump this and it keeps pressure like you see right there in my little dial, and then all it does is pretty much does it all automatically. Gives pressure, so when you go out here into one of the calipers, you can pretty much just open the little nipple and it starts draining, and until you see no bubbles or the new brake fluid, then you can close the valve, check your pressure there, go to the next caliper. So with this little thing, I believe this is like $50–60. I'll just leave the link for this on the description below. This is coming from Amazon, and I'll make sure that I will also have the correct little this little thing. So they usually sell these parts separate sometimes, so you got to make sure that you have the correct one that fits for the Subarus, and I believe this one also might fit the BMW. I'm not entirely sure, but I bought this for the STI a long time ago, and this is actually my second one. So I actually bought one super long time ago, and this makes the job 10 times quicker and a lot easier. All right, so I got everything completely done. Coilovers are done, brakes are done, brake fluid is done, oil is done, and the car is dropped. And as you can see, we have gotten rid of that huge gap that I had. I still have a little bit of gap, and I left it the way that I had the STI. The rear is a little high, and there's a reason for that, is because the tires that I'm going to be running next weekend are 275s, and there's a possibility they might rub because they're so wide. And so I'm just going to leave it like that, how I had it on the STI. The front is the same way as I had it in the STI, just a little lower than the rear. So there's a tiny little bit of rake look, but it looks like 10 times much better than what it was with these wheels. The plan is to actually take my other wheels, my Apex wheels, and put actual like daily tires into it to switch them to that. My other wheels right now have the Tires RR, which are the slicks that I'm going to be using for next weekend for my last race of the season or of this year. So I'm just going to wait on adjusting front and rear until I get new tires. The tires might be a little bit thicker too, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now instead of going a little lower, just because of next week, and then I have to get new wheels, or not new wheels, new tires to get the new look. So right now I'm just going to pack up, drive home, and then I'm going to show you the car a little bit from farther away because we still in the garage. So yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks a lot better. And then of course we have negative camber in the front right now. Pretty good because of how my STI was. So we still had to take the car to get a line to get the correct camber. I'm not gonna go too aggressive because it is the daily, so we can't go too aggressive. Maybe 2.5, and the rear stock, doesn't matter on the rear. But yeah, pack up, clean up, go home, show you the car from a little farther away. Alright, so I'm here at home already parked, and as you can see, the car, how it sits, a little lower in the front, a little lower from stock in the back, but it's still a little high for my taste, but you already know what the reason is for that. Embedded the wheels, or the brakes on the way here, so they are nice and warm, and that's how it looks right there. Now the only thing that it needs is a nice wash and make it look a little bit better than what it is. I do have sea lights that I need to do that I've had for like a year now, and I still haven't installed them. I gotta do that, so that's in the near future. So there you go. This is how the WRX looks. I thought about slamming it, but it's a bad idea till I actually get new tires, and the new tires are going to go into the wheels that are in there. Boom, right there. Apex wheels, EC7s, which look so good, so good. So this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are not a subscriber, consider subscribing for more videos like this, or videos for the rebuild of the M4, or videos for the engine rebuild of the GTR. I have way too many damn projects right now. It's race season is done, so it is time to focus on our cars during the winter time. So the deal is that I should finish the GTR, have it running the GTR first. All I have to do is just pretty much assemble the engine back on, put everything back together, start it, replace whatever I need to replace, get it running, then focus on other stuff, the interior, the what is this? I don't even know what this is. Interior, suspension, paint should be the last thing. Does need a paint job. So that is things that are coming into the future. So if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, because you're gonna miss all these videos here. So another thing that I want to mention is that I did coilovers, I did oil change, I did brake fluid change, and I did brake pad change. And on all that, it took me 4 hours exactly. I started at 12 o'clock and I ended up at like 3:59. 3:59. Let me show you. No, actually, I ended up at 3 o'clock. So, because it's 3:31 now. So, yeah. So pretty much 4 hours it took me to do all that. So imagine, I've done it so many times that it takes me that short of amount of time. So, yeah, it feels kind of awesome that I take that quick. You know, all the little tools that you have. I have all the tools that I need. I have everything that I need to do all the job extremely quickly, and the coilovers pretty much took me really quick, because I've done suspension on the Subarus like close to 10 times right now. So this is where I'm going to end it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.